Yeah, yo, Chevy truck driver. How the flock are you? Well, the libtards, the socialists, the burn the bra types, the National Organization of Women, God knows who else is flipping out after the Supreme Court ruled in behalf of Hobby Lobby Corporation. This is a arts and crafts company, has about 500 stores across the United States. The owners happen to be very religious and religious based. And with the advent of Obamacare and all that, got into a big tussle and started a lawsuit which eventually went all the way up to the Supreme Court. And of course, all the libtards and the liberal news media are sitting there, and they are now freaking out, doing the best spin job they can on how terrible this judgment is in behalf of Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby had a problem with birth control products in the Obamacare package. But see, what the libtards, the socialist media is not telling you, that in Obamacare, there are 20 different types of birth control that are, quote, mandatory. Well, the owners of Hobby Lobby, which is a private corporation, because of their religious beliefs, could not accept 4 of them out of 20. That means Hobby Lobby still would pay in insurance for 16 of these birth control products. But see, what the liberal news media, these socialists, these burn the bra types, are not telling you, the 4 that Hobby Lobby objected to were what we might call the morning after, the night before type products. And they refused to deal with that because, in their opinion, just as just about any good Christian will tell you, conception means the beginning of a life. And to take this type of pill the morning after or a couple of mornings after is just another form of abortion. But all these women's rights organizations and everybody else is having a hissy fit. Their civil rights are being impinged upon. But see, what most of these idiots don't realize, okay, this finding made by the Supreme Court is actually a very narrow finding in behalf of Hobby Lobby. Because if it had gone the other way, Hobby Lobby was facing an $800,000 a day fine by the Obamacare administration through Obamacare. Isn't that special? The premise of the argument is over 4 forms of birth control. Hobby Lobby said, no, we're not buying that. They stuck to their guns. Lord knows how much it cost them in lawyer fees and all the rest of that. But again, the liberal media, the pundits, the Sandra Fluke types, you know, you're taking away our rights. I just happen to think, because I'm an old sucker, back in the 40s and the 50s, okay, employers started adding a basic medical insurance package in addition to what they were paying the employees. Maybe they could not pay the employees the amount of money that the employees wanted. So this was sort of like a dividend, which I want to remind you, people like John McCain in the past have tried to sit there and say medical insurance should be taxed because it's a benefit. It's a giveaway. It's unearned income. So remember, I'm picking on Republicans as well as Democrats. But what happened in those days, because I remember, I guess, about 1954, my dad was working for a company while we lived in Pittman, and we had one of the first Blue Cross and Blue Shield packages that came out. And back then, it was a not-for-profit organization. Blue Cross and Blue Shield back then charged accordingly to meet doctors and hospital bills without any kind of profit. You will notice in the last 40 years, people like Blue Cross, Blue Shield, all these medical insurance companies have now turned into for-profit companies and charge you accordingly and do pretty much what they want. But back then, this was an incentive to get a person to work for them. Well, over the ensuing 40 or 50 years, just like anything else, it grows and it grows and it gets bigger. And then some companies offer what I will call Class A packages to their employees. And some of them, I'll say, offer Class D. Trust me, I've worked for a few companies that had Class D packages. The deductibles and everything else were sky high and the coverage was very limited. But it beat having no coverage whatsoever. But see, with Obamacare, remember Nancy Pelosi, you have to vote for it before you can see what's in it. 3,600-page document is now ballooned into a document that's over 7 feet tall and still hasn't all kicked in yet. 2017's coming. But they sat there, and remember, dear old Barack Obama, if you like your doctor, you can keep him, period. If you like your medical insurance, you can keep it, period. You got told the biggest lie. Congress and the Senate bought it hook, line, and sinker. And then they came out with the Obama website, which I am told cost over $800 million. And the guy from McAfee that created the McAfee virus people said I could have built that package for less than $50 million and made it run better. One of you people can get tired of getting screwed by our government. But anyhow, back to this thing with Hobby Lobby. This was a very narrow finding on one specific company, and there was another company there, I forget what the name was. See, there's a bunch of Catholic nuns that have got a similar thing going on that has been bypassed. Like, why does a Catholic nun need birth control? And there's a few other things in it, especially the older ones. But they're being forced to either buy it or be fined. You figure that one out and then get back to me, will you? But Hobby Lobby's finding was very narrow. It boiled down to the simple fact that the owners of Hobby Lobby would approve and pay for birth control on 16 out of 20 birth control items that are in Obamacare. The judges, for once, in a very narrow ruling, 5-4, came out with the right answer for a change. Too bad they didn't do that when they had the Obamacare thing come under them. And they said, oh, it's a tax, it's legal. You realize how bad you've been screwed? Trust me, it's still coming. You're going to get it right up to Giggy coming up between now and 2017. But see, now the libtards, the burn the bra types, the liberal media are all up in arms because these 4 products Hobby Lobby was talking about are basically abortion pills. And they said, no, we're not going with it. So, for once, the Supreme Court made the correct ruling. And, of course, now we're getting all the feedback and the flack. I just saw it up on Facebook. A bunch of these liberal idiots sitting there saying, well, if they do that with this, what are they going to do next? What if you're a Jehovah's Witness? What if you're this? What if you're that? What if you're something else? And I have to give credit to one of my friends who is a small business owner. Just lit into him and told him the facts of life and how it is. To which somebody got their nose out of joint just a little bit. But see, I remember back in 1969 when I married Norma Jean. I had basic medical insurance through the company I was working for. But when she went to the gynecologist to get birth control pills, we had to pay for them out of our own pocket. And even today, birth control pills you can buy, depending on the brand you have or the strength you need or whatever your personal internal makeup is, can run you between $9 and $60 a month. So that gives you a choice. Either you get your birth control pills or you keep your legs together. Just saying. Or guys, get yourself a condom. Makes a good water balloon, I promise you that. But see, this is the thing. Politically correct bullshit, the PC crowd, Obamacare, the libtards, the liberalist socialist media, they want to make a mountain out of a molehill. I mean, this goes along with what I said earlier on the other video I had up. Remember the photographer and the cake baker with the gay people out there in Colorado? Because of their religious reasons, didn't want to deal with these people. And yet the courts in Colorado forced them to make cakes and take pictures. I'm hoping this bleeds over in that area. So the LGBTers better sit up and pay attention. Because you know what? If you run up against a business that doesn't want to do business with you, don't get your nose all out of joint. There's plenty of other companies out there that you can deal with. It's not wrong to have values and have beliefs of things you will and will not do. I remember back in the 40s, the 50s, the early 60s, where a business owner could sit there and say, I'm not going to do business with this customer, or I'm not going to do business with that customer. And that was it. It was an end deal. You do that now, and now they want to get civil rights on you. You're prejudiced, you're this, you're that, you're something else. This is how far down the slippery slope America has gone in the last 40 or 50 years. I remember a pizza place over in Cherry Hill. You come in a bathing suit, they're not going to serve you. Try that today. They're going to get some ACLU lawyer to say, I've been discriminated against. Well, you know what? It's time to put your big people panties on, get over yourself. There are all kinds of people in this world. Deal with it. Some you like, some you don't like. It's just like here recently down Ocean City, New Jersey. The town fathers made up this anti-smoking law. You can't smoke here, you can't smoke there. They got a law, so I'm not sure if it's on Wildwood or Cape May or whatever, that you can no longer go up on the boardwalk in a bathing suit, especially the girls, the two little skinny two pieces. They find it offensive. And like I told Chris Christie in a Facebook post, you know what? I shop with my wallet. So Ocean City, guess what? You ain't going to be seeing a dime of my money anytime soon. That's the way life goes. But to Hobby Lobby, I'm glad you won your court case. I hope it ticks off the leftist, liberalist, politically correct, socialist, burn the bra, now organizations and all the rest of them. I hope their jaws go tight. Because you know what? You don't have to like everything. You don't have to do everything. But don't be such a weenie that when you don't get your way, you're going to sit there and hire an attorney and go sue somebody because you got your feelings hurt. I don't see anywhere in the Constitution or Bill of Rights where it says you can sue because you got your feelings hurt. But see, now they want to make it hate crimes. You committed a hate crime. You told some gay guy you're not going to take his picture. You committed a hate crime because you told this person that. Get over yourself. You people need a serious wake-up call. I mean, hell, I've been thrown off of YouTube 3 times now. Talking about politics, sex, religion, Islam, gays, you name it. But see, while I got thrown off of here, everything that I talked about was facts as I know it. And usually when I refer to something, I'll come up with at least a minimum of 2 sources where I got those facts from. Besides the fact, what I believe in my heart. But see, the libtards, the socialists, the weenie-whiny types. You know, it's okay for Anthony Weiner to go show his pecker on a cell phone somewhere and get it all over the United States. And yet his idiot wife stands beside him as he runs for office again. This idiot crack-smoking mayor up in Ontario running for office again. Oh, we have to be forgiving. We have to understand. Bullshit. Wake up, America. You're being led down the primrose path by people that want to enslave you. They want to use political correctness to shut you up. I ain't shutting up, folk. But like I say, to Hobby Lobby, woohoo! Good for you. We need to have more of this happen on more different subjects. Maybe the Supreme Court finally got out of it leftist, liberal, socialist attitude and got a wake-up call because they knew there would be hell to pay by the Christian right over this deal if it had gone the other way. But then again, we wouldn't have Obamacare to deal with if Justice Roberts had voted the other way. But see, he changed his mind at the last minute. Somebody got to him with something. Just a truck driver's opinion. Have a great day. Hey, Hobby Lobby, I'm glad you won. And I hope it ticks off all the rest of these dirt bags. Bye!